click to share sound. So hopefully this works. I have it queued up to 39:55. I'm going to play that to 40:13 if that's okay.
Okay, just so it's clear, I added this on YouTube, and we're having a dispute over what order I made in a particular case, and the parties are playing the YouTube video that was originally made of this hearing to show what I ruled on initially. So go ahead, Mr. Chowdhury.
Thank you. We did include we cited using all pleadings records on the.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and grant the summary judgment on that point about the $100,000 payment.
Right. And I just want to point out that 100,000 is not the entire amount of the. It's not the entire amount in dispute.
I understand that. Okay. What else do we have?
We also have.
Can I continue? I have a. That was it, Your Honor. I was trying to stop it, but that was the clip.
Okay. Go ahead and stop sharing. Or unless Mr. Song, there was some other part you wanted to play.
Oh, it's not so much apart from the motion, the hearing, Your Honor. I think the judge, I think you were very clear, and Mr. Chowdhury and I shared an email over the last week where, you know, and I don't want to belabor it by trying to queue up a video, but you also asked, you know, how does your client contest the statement that the contract was paid in full is, I think, the context. And then Mr. Chowdhury played the part where the court did find that $100,000 was repaid and that you were granting summary judgment as to the breach of contract claim. And I think this is the most germane part, and I'm very low tech, but on defendant's motion for summary judgment on page 27 of 44, it's very crystal clear, and I'll just read it to the court. Paragraph number 80, Shin-Chan repaid Wildwood for all amounts loaned. Wildwood loaned Shin-Chan Market $100,000 using company checks. Conclusive summary judgment establishes Shin-Chan repaid Wildwood using company checks. I know that the plaintiff is contended in its pleadings that more money was owed than $100,000, but we provided conclusive evidence that it was only $100,000 that was owed. The $100,000 was repaid. And then on page 29 of the no evidence motion for summary judgment, you know, we also claimed that elements 3 and 5 are that there was mutual assent and a meeting of the minds over the notes, and they did not respond with any evidence about that problem with the notes. And then we also contended on paragraph 88, plaintiffs have no evidence that Mr. Na is responsible for the notes. Plaintiffs have no evidence that Shin-Chan Market did not repay in full. And so the court went through in detail in the clips of during the original hearing, you know, where's your proof that the contracts weren't repaid? And basically plaintiff was unable to show proof. Plaintiff is trying to get the court to make a declaratory judgment, and we put this in our brief, which is inappropriate, that it's only 100,000. We moved quite clearly, both in our traditional and no evidence motions for summary judgment, stating that they were repaid in full.
Mr. Song, though, I mean,
the best example of that is on paragraph 20.
Mr. Song, I think my ruling was clear. I don't know, is this like a motion to reconsider my previous ruling, or what is your?
No, Your Honor. No, Your Honor. I think the ruling was very clear, and we're not asking for an amount. The order that we submitted to the court just basically says that the claims for breach of contract has been repaid in full is granted. We could take out repaid in full and just say breach of contract claim is granted. And we moved both for traditional and no evidence. And that's my recollection of what the court was ruling on was that they didn't present any evidence that it wasn't repaid in full.
All right, this is how I'm gonna word that paragraph. It's gonna be, it is further ordered a judge and decree that defendant counter plaintiff's traditional motion for summary judgment on plaintiff's counter defendant's claims for breach of contract is granted only as to the $100,000 payment. All right, anything else, guys?
No, that's
Understood, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. You can be safe out there, okay?
Yes,
You
Your
too.
Honor. Thank you. Sorry for being late, Your Honor.
That's okay. That happens. Just be safe.
Yes, sir.
All right. Is anyone here on 70s? I'll just ask. There's a Miss Slets and I'm sorry if I'm saying the name wrong. Slets, I believe, and Miss Mossman. What cases are you guys here on?
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Bridget Sleds. I'm here with the Talem Song Law Firm. Talem asked me to jump on this hearing just in case. He had another hearing to appear for at the same time, but I believe he covered what I am here for.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, I'm here on the Carolyn 8s versus our Calling Inc. Defendant Special Exceptions.
Song is on your assignment, but Mr. Song is supposed to be on our hearing over here. There was a mix-up, and there was some link sent to.
Oh, okay. Well, he did have a hearing in my court on a case that it was a interpretation of an order that I signed. So I think it's.
So is Mr. Song still?
He just got off, so.
Okay, so maybe he's doing that.
Yeah, you may want to call him, but yeah, but he was on a hearing for us too.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Ms. Mossman, what are you here for?
I'm here on Defendant Special Exceptions in the Carolyn 8s versus our Calling.
Okay, that's set for 10:45. And then Ms. Castle's on the other side on that. I don't think she's here yet. So, and then there's somebody raising their hand. It has their phone number 774 at the end. Who is that?
Your Honor, my name is Greg Jet. I was supposed to be here on the 9 o'clock DWAP docket.
Okay.
I spoke to you briefly at the door to your courthouse or to the courtroom and had problems getting on with Zoom. I'm here on Geico versus Beanie, BINE 20 dash, I think it's 7735. This will just take a few seconds if you
Go ahead.
could go ahead and hear that.
Go ahead.
Okay, we served the defendant on December 15th by alternative service. Right now, we are ready to do a default judgment. We're waiting on one document from the client, and we're ready to file that. And we'd like to have it retained so we can get that and get the default filed.
We'll give you 30 days.
I appreciate it, Your Honor.
All right, you guys be safe. And just, I apologize, we're not cleared to let people into the courthouse for DWAP.
Oh, that's, Your Honor, that's okay. When they gave this to me, I asked them 3 times if this was going to be on Zoom or in person. They kept saying in person, so rather than take a chance.
All right, well, be safe, okay?
Thank you. May I be excused?
You may. Ms. Mossman, where do you work?
Where do I work?
Yeah.
Wilson Elser.
Oh, yeah, great firm.
Yeah, thank you. I know
Were you there? I did a presentation there a few months ago.
I was there.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I think that was it was more than a few months ago. I guess time kind of flies when you're in COVID, but it was over a year ago. But I really enjoyed doing that. I've made that presentation now to 4 or 5 different law firms, and so it's changed up a little bit.
Didn't you have a couple of your law clerks with you?
I did. I always bring interns. These are some, if we want to, I'll let the interns introduce themselves. We have some here today. Ms. Smith, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Reagan Smith. I'm a 3L at Baylor.
Nice.
And Hernando or Mr. Felix?
Yeah. Sorry, Judge. I also mentioned that you're still on YouTube. Just
oh, oops. Thank you.